This is a Dollar Tree window cling DIY. These are cool. You get 25 clings because there's one on each side. One glitter, one non-glitter. This is one of the Dollar Tree pumpkins that I stained last year and didn't do anything with. And then I have one of these wood rounds from Walmart. They're really cheap. Stickers come off relatively easy. And then I am going to use my staple. Y'all bear with me today. You saw what I did. Now, these things are kind of rough, so I'm going to pick my cling, which this one looks like it matches pretty well. And I love it. Love it. So I'm going to prep my board by sanding it because it is a little rough and get that, that sticker residue off, and sanding around the edges because that's where it's really splintery. But anyways, I give this a good sanding. And then when I'm done with that, I am going to wipe it down real good to get all the dust off and off my table. So I'm going to take this whitewash, okay? And this is just white acrylic paint with water, and I use it for whitewash. I'm going to use a sponge, and I'm going to rub it all over my little board, okay? And then when I'm done with this, I'm going to take, I can leave it like this if I want to. It's pretty good. It'll dry. I'm using the edge of my brush to wipe a lot of it off and to take out any marks that are on there. Make sure you go around the edges of your board, but I'm going to take a rag and I'm going to wipe a lot of my paint off, okay? That'll give it the whitewash look. Now I'm going around my edges. When I go around the edges, it gets it on the front. If it gets it on the back, I don't care. You're not going to see it. But when I get it on the front, I'm just going to see how it's a little bit darker. I'm just going to wipe it off. No big deal. It wipes right off, okay? Now I'm going to take and I'm going to sand around my pumpkin because this gives it a beautiful distressed look that I love so much. You can paint your pumpkins however you want to. Now I'm taking Mod Podge. I just got it in the squeeze bottle. And I'm going to put a layer of Mod Podge on here. And I'm going around the whole thing. Not a thick layer, but, good enough to get your cling to stick, okay? So I'm just putting my layer of Mod Podge, putting my cling down, and this will move and give you a little wiggle room to adjust. Then I'm just going to take my finger and press it down. Now, to get the glue out, you can see that it's wrinkling there a little bit. I'm going to take my squeegee. I got this one from Dollar Tree. It's just like the Cricut one. And I'm just going to go from the middle and go out. And make sure you wipe your excess glue off. You don't want it on top because you'll have a weird thing on it when we get done. But anyway, I got all of it off. And then any extra that's hanging off, I'm just going to sand it off. Going in a downward motion with my little finger sander. And then I'm just going to go around all the edge of this just to give it a little distressing as well. Like I said, you don't have to. It's just what I like. Then I'm going to give it a coat of Mod Podge on top to make sure that my window cling is sealed, okay? I don't want it coming up. I don't know. If it gets wet or damp, it could start peeling. I don't know. I'm put that down to let it dry. So I'm just going to finger paint right here. I just put my whitewash on there, and I'm going to take my finger, and I'm going to spread it around just like a little kid. And paint the front of my little, this is just a scrap wood. Actually, this scrap piece of wood came from New York. I picked it up when I was cleaning up my stepmother-in-law's porch, that is. And then I'm just taking Waverly green. I think it's moss. You can do whatever color you want. I just like this green. And I'm going to do the back. And I'm going to do all of the sides, okay? When I opened it, my paint went everywhere. I know I'm going fast in this video, and it's because I have a lot of DIYs with these window clings. Most of them are kind of the same, but they're different in their own unique way. So I'm just running through them real quick. Basically the same things. Right here, I'm just distressing this because that's what I like. Again, if you don't do it. I'm just going to take Mod Podge, and I'm going to put it across here like I did the other one. And I'm going to set my window clings. Okay, now I want my stems on there. And like I said, with Mod Podge, you have wiggle room a little bit. And then these are hanging off. I'll fix that later. And then I'm going to coat the back. And I'm going to put that sunflower window cling on there. And then to the side of me, I have those rub-on transfers, which I do not like. I might explain those in a slower video when I do a video with those. But I'm going to get that fence off of there and use that. But I threw it up there for a minute. I'm going back to this. It's dry. Y'all, I'm jumpy. Squirrely. That's me. I'm squirrely. So, I'm going to take, I was going to use Type Bomb, but I'm taking the wood glue. I'm almost out of this, so I want to get rid of it. I took the wood glue, and that's all I'm using. I'm not using hot glue. And I'm going to set that down, and then I'm going to take it to the other end of my table, and I'm going to set something on it and hold it down. Now we're jumping back to this thing. That's all down, okay? That wasn't, apparently. So, I put it down. Whew, y'all. Now, I want this fence out of here. I don't like these because they're shiny, okay? It's like a shiny sticker, but that's just, like I said, we'll go into a further DIY with those at one point in time, and you'll see. But I ordered them from Amazon. And look, I don't know if you'll see it because I'm going so fast. You don't want to stick it on any transfer to your finger because it'll stick to your finger. So I used my little bitty tweezers. Look, I stuck that sucker down, and I didn't want it there, but you can't peel it back up. It was peeling my little pumpkins up, see? So I was like, whatever. So now I'm trying to get the transfer paper, which was a booger. So I'm using my tweezers, and I might could have used my weeding tool. I don't know, but I ended up getting it, and I have to really hold these stickers down. But I got it. And I just got my pumpkins behind that little wooden fence. But y'all seen how shiny it was. But I'm going to use my matte Mod Podge. I'm using matte throughout this whole video, by the way. And just coat this to seal everything down like I did before. And that one I will set aside to dry. I'm a messy crafter, am I not? I mean, I got music going, so of course I'm swaying. Now, I got one of these houses I've had in my stash forever from the Dollar General. It went on clearance. And I'm going to take this. These stickers are pesky. They are hard to get off, but I ended up, I got it. Now I took that little thing off the front, and I'm scraping this flat. I'll end up sanding it, and I took the top off. Now I'm carefully, well, no I'm not. No, I didn't. I thought I was going to take that off. I did not end up taking it off. Okay, I didn't. So what I'm doing to get one to the other side, I'm just going to put it on a piece of thick cardboard, and I'm going to trace it. Sorry about my stinking popping head, y'all. So now I'm using a ruler, and I'm just going to go across my lines where my lines are to my point up there, and then that's going to be my rooftop for my other side. I'm just going to cut it out. This is thick cardboard. I don't know where I got it. I save cardboard from everything. So I don't even know, but anyways, I don't know why I kept this in here of you watching me. Like, I'm sure y'all know how to cut cardboard, for crying in a bucket. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know why I left this. Y'all enjoy, because I didn't take it out. Oh my goodness. If you didn't know how to cut cardboard, you do now. With all kinds of scissors. There you go. I just didn't want to chop my little thing in half. There. That's cute, wasn't it? Okay, that's what we're going to do. Alright, now. What am I doing now? Oh, sanding where that sticker was. Okay. I was going to paint over this. Okay, which I tried. I tried to paint over it. And I will end up cutting this out. I tried to paint over it. And when I painted, I don't care how many coats I was putting on there. The surface was slick and it wasn't sticking. So I had to wipe all the paint off. And I'm just going to trace around my house with my head popping in and it blurring. Sorry, it's autofocus, y'all. So I put that down, and I'm just going to cut out the little house part, not the, oh, well, I did cut the roof. Y'all don't have to cut, I didn't have to cut the roof. I wasted a little bit of paper. I don't know why I did that. I was going to put the whole thing on there. Maybe I did. Oh, I did. No, I didn't. Look, why did I even crease it when all I had to do was cut it? No, I don't think sometimes. I do not think. Now I round my top perfect. So all I'm going to do is trim it. Then I'm going to take stick glue, okay? I use the stick glue a lot. This is on sale right now for school, by the way, and it will go on clearance before long. So I just take stick glue and I'm going to stick my paper down and then squeegee that down and let that dry. Now, I'm going to take a tan and I'm going to do the edges. So I have these window clings and they were overlapping and I didn't want them to do that. So I'm just trimming around them a little bit. Nothing major. And I'm going to use this glue stick because I need to get rid of it. And I'm just going to take and glue stick them down. Now all of these projects, I don't show it, but I go over every one of them with a layer of Mod Podge to seal my window clings down, and it takes that shiny off, because I use matte Mod Podge. So I put my window clings down, and anything hanging over I always sand off. It's the same thing. So I'm going to take this piece of paper, I had it extra, and I'm just going to put this on the roof because I thought it was so stinking cute. I don't know. I don't know. I know roofs ain't checked, but it's cute. So I'm trimming it up, and then I'm just going to lay it. That'll be the top, okay? Y'all, I am sorry. I am so swaying with that music. So I have these window clings, and I thought these were too cute. The little hedgehog. And I thought, I couldn't put it there by itself. So I know mushrooms are a thing. So I put the mushrooms. Although these look more like toadstools, but whatever. I put them on there too. They're cute. They're cute. It reminds me of when I was a kid in the 70s. But, they're cute. And then I'm just going to trim this down so it's not in the heart. And then I'm going to add this on there. And there you go. That's so cute. Now I know that stick went over, but that's alright. So I'm going to take Fabri-Tac and I am going to glue this down with that. I didn't want to use hot glue because it would make it stick up a little bit. And Fabri-Tac also dries fast. Okay, this is a piece of scrap wood that I had in my scrap wood bin. And I am going to paint it a mustard yellow. And this is just acrylic paint from Walmart. Apple Barrel. You can get it at Hobby Lobby or wherever. And I'm going to stain it too. I'm just going to wipe it down. And then I'm going to do one of the mini Jenga games, tumbling tower blocks, or whatever you want to call it. Because I'm going to have to attach this to the back for it to stand up. So I am now going to... I dried it with my heat gun, and I'm going to lighten this up just a little bit because that flour blended in a little too much, and that paint was a little too dark. So I am simply going to, when this dries, take glue, and I mounted it on there, or glued it on there, and then I just take my tumbling tower block and put it on the back, and that one's done. I thought. It's not. I take a little jute bow, and I'm going to glue a little bow on the top. Don't forget the Mod Podge over top of these, okay? And that one's done. That'll sit on our tiered tray really, really nicely. Now, I'm going to take a piece of cork. This is sticky cork. And I have a house from Dollar Tree. And I'm just going to take this cork. And I used the sides to measure how wide I needed to do it. Now, if you use one of these cutters, if you cut it from the other side, it'll cut real easy. But I have to trim this down just a hair because I had it just a little bit too wide for my space. So I'm just going to trim it down until it goes in there. Now, I'm going to take and I'm going to put a mark right here and right there and right there. Now that is going to cut my top out, okay? I'm going to line it up on my cutter. See, that broke right off. Line the other one up, break it right off. It is a perfect perfect match. Smatch. It's a perfect match. Now I marked where I need to cut it off at the bottom, and there you go. Oh, no you don't. Now there you go. Yeah. Now I got to get that thing back out. So if there is any gaps in it, okay, all you have to do is take coordinating paint and paint, which I did have a little bit up at that top that I saw later. So I just took that, whatever that terracotta paint that I had earlier or whatever it was from Waverly, just any paint that matches the cork, you can put it in. So this one I have to trim down, and I stuck that right in your face. So I trimmed that first layer off down to that one layer, and that fit perfectly. Look at my stinking head. Oh my God. So anyway, I squeegee this thing down. Whew, y'all. Don't forget to Mod Podge this before you do this. I did it later, and it came out right, but it's easier if you just Mod Podge the top of it now. So I'm going to take this moss and I'm going to put down in the bottom. I'm going to 3D this little house up a little bit. Now you can cut your pumpkins in half if you want to. These are Dollar Tree pumpkins. You can cut them in half, or you can leave them like this. I just pulled the wire out, and then I am not going to do that. And I'm going to take Distress Oxide. And these are slick. You know, I don't know why I was doing this. It was just rubbing right off. But if you rub lightly, it'll stay on there. And I'm just putting some little texture and stuff like this all in this pumpkin. I'm putting lines in the pumpkin. It adds definition, character, and all that stuff. So that's what I'm doing. But if you rub too hard, you're going to rub the whole thing off. You can do this with paint and a stiff brush if you want to. Or you don't have to do it at all. Whatever you want to do, okay? Whatever you want to do. Now I am going to take those wires, waste not, want not, right? And I'm going to roll it around a skinny paintbrush, okay? And I'm going to stick that in for the pumpkin tendrils. I do end up putting a dab of glue on it and gluing them in because the one was trying to come out. And then I use mini wire pliers to fold that top one in so that it don't cut you. Now all I'm going to do is take and glue these down in, and I put glue on the back to glue it to the back as well. There they are. Now I have some florals from, I'm pretty sure I got these at Dollar Tree. But I pick them up at Walmart or Hobby Lobby. Usually Walmart or Dollar Tree. And I'm just going to cut some little sprigs off here and add some to this right here. And just decorate it and put them in wherever I see fit. Now I am going to use popsicle sticks, and I am cutting them at a 60. It's not a 45 because it's too much for that. So I'm just using my miter shears, and I marked my first one, and I'm going to rotate and cut this one, and that makes the perfect little mitered corner. I'm going to sand it because it was rough when I cut it. I probably need to change my miter blade, but I'm not. Not yet. Not yet. And then I get them matching, and I'm just going to take hot glue and just pop these down on here. And there you go. There's me a little roof looking thing on there. I thought that was kind of cute. Now I'm rounding off my edges. And I am going to take a, this is just a paper towel or wipe. It's a baby wipe, my bad. And I'm going to get my wax, Waverly wax, and just stain it, and then I'm going to kind of stain around the edges. Now these edges get really dark because it is that press wood, and it's actually fiberboard, and it just dries. It just, I don't know, it gets way, way darker. So I'm going to try to darken up my roof a little bit to make it match a little bit, but there you go. There's that one. Trimming off some moss, but anyway. I added a bow, a jute bow on the top. Now these cutting boards I absolutely love. I got them at Hobby Lobby, I don't even know when, last year. And I got them on sale. And I'm just going to take a chippy brush and get my white chalk paint. And I am going to, look how beautiful. Oh my gosh. When I see this going on, it is so satisfying to me. I absolutely love it. And I'm trying to get that paint out of those cracks right there. I don't want the paint down in there. And I'm going to do this on the back and the sides as well, and just get this thing painted up. And I am in love with this. I don't know. This is a tie with my favorite DIYs. Now, this is a piece of wood I had. Scrap wood. I don't even know where I got it. I found it, and I did the same technique on it. Just a rough, rustic coat. And then I had this window cling, and I'm just going to stick it right down in the middle using a glue stick. Squeegee that down. Pat it down real good. I'm only doing the one side of this. I'm not doing both sides. Okay? Just one side. So I'm going to let this dry. And then I got glue on the top. So I'm going to let it dry. And then I'm going to come in with some raffia. And this is just raffia that I had. You can get it. Hula skirts work great from the Dollar Tree. But this is just raffia grass. I got it. I don't even know. And I'm just going to do it just like that right there. Just tie it on and leave it sticking out like whiskers. Just a rough type deal. And then I'm going to tack it down with glue. And then I'm going to... Why did I take it off? I don't know why I took it off. I guess I decided I didn't want it tied around there. I don't even know what my reasoning was. But anyways, I'm Mod Podging this down. I ended up cutting it with a cutter. You seen me do that to get it out of the cracks, and then I Mod Podge it down. Now, what the world? I don't know what I'm doing from one time or the other. So I'm gonna glue that down, and I'll tell you, it popped back up. So use Fabri-Tac, or I use Titebond. I glued it back down with Titebond, and it stuck really well. These are little mini sunflowers I got at the Dollar Tree. And the leaves I got at Hobby Lobby. They're paper leaves. They're in the fall section. And those little pumpkins I got in a mix from Hobby Lobby as well. They're not pumpkins. It's some kind of potpourri thing, but it came in a thing of pine cones. And I used it. I loved it. When I seen it, I loved it. So now I'm just adding a little bit of greenery at the top here in that crack hole. And then I'm going to put one in the bottom crack hole, if that's what you want to call it. You don't have to add these if you don't want to. Now I'm trying to put them in everywhere, and I ended up just saying less is better, and there you go. So then I am going to get a piece of jute, and I'm just going to run it. I'm still trying to add stuff, y'all. What am I doing with my life? I don't even know. Get the jute cord, Joanna. Get the jute cord. Come on. Ha ha ha. So I'm just going to string that in, and then tie a knot in it, and cut the excess off. Y'all have to forgive me. I'm crazy. And there you go. That is like, oh my God. I don't know if that's my favorite or the wood round. But I love it. Tell me what y'all think. Which one's your favorite out of all these? Tell me. Comment and tell me what's your favorite. I'll tell you the least favorite of mine. And that's that house I made with the pumpkins in it. After I did it, I thought, what'd you do that for? Sometimes we do that. But anyway, this window cling is so beautiful. And I loved what it said. I really did. And so I just used a glue stick and stuck it down, and I'm using my roller to get the excess glue out because there's glitter on this, and if you go to use your squeegee, it'll pull it. So I just used the roller. Well, I was going to put these on there somewhere just because I thought they were beautiful and they matched, but it wasn't working for me. So I grabbed a glitter pumpkin from one of those window clings. I don't even know which one. Slapped that booger on there, rolled over it, and then put that aside to dry. Don't forget the Mod Podge over top of them. I don't show it, but I end up doing it, okay? So I'm going to go in with this one, and it did have time to dry. And I got this gold ribbon from Walmart, and I'm just going to make a bow. Just a simple little bow, shoestring bow. My hands are disgusting. I can't even hardly feel anything at this point. But anyway, I'm just working. So I get my tails the way I want them, and I'm just going to hot glue that right to that because there's gold glitter in that pumpkin, and there you go. That's that. And then on this one, I wanted to add a little something, something. So I have this ribbon that kind of matches the writing. So I made a bow, and I left longer tails. Now I'm going to smoosh up, if that's what you call it, rouge it, smoosh it, ripple it, I don't know, pull it up, and then tack it. pull it up, and then tack it. Then I forgot to dovetail my ends to make them look a little cuter. But I did it. So there you go. Now we're going to dovetail that one first. We're going to put a dot of glue, pull it up, and smoosh it up, or whatever you call it, and tack it. I think I got glue on my finger at that point and had to peel it off. See how I'm doing? I'm just rouging it up there. Rippling it. Oh, you can see it from the side. I'm going so fast. It's so pretty. It is so pretty. Now I want to make a tag hanger. So I've got this metal tag from Dollar Tree, and I'm gluing the dog tags. I'm gluing these window clings down there, and these are just two I picked off. I didn't paint the tag or nothing. I just glued them on there. And then I have one of these beaded garlands, and I was gonna tie it on and then run it up, and I thought, no, I ain't gonna do it. I didn't like the string. I untied the knot or whatever it was at the end, and I'm going to take all of my beads off. Now, if you want to paint your beads, feel free to, but I like the wood look, so I just left them. I got a piece of jute. Now, you need a thinner jute, not a thick one. But this jute's from Walmart. It's thicker than the Dollar Tree, but thinner than the other one I got. So I'm just going to run it through there, and then I'm going to put hot glue on the end of here, run all these beads down this thing. I'm pretty sure I cut it. Yep, I cut it out. So I'm pulling it up to leave room because sometimes I get these so tight I can't even bend my beads. It's crazy. So I have one of these leaf cutouts from the Dollar Tree, and I just tied it to the end, and I just tie it like a shoestring, and I put a knot in it, and then I am going to simply tie a bow and leave those strings hanging. And this is so cute. And here they all are on my tier tray. And I'm not a tier tray designer, y'all, by any means. But they're on here. This is not my tray. It's my prop tray I made. But anyway, there they are on there. There's the beaded garland, the sign down in the bottom. I added some pumpkins, haystacks, and some other things I had just, because it looks good in there. There's my house and my cutting board. And then, y'all, that looks like a swan. Would you look at that? That is so funny. Looks like a swan neck coming. And then I got my sunflowers, and that looks like a swan. That is so funny. But anyways, there's my beaded garland. I don't know how these things go on trays. I just throw them in there. And then my house. I love the house and the cutting board. But anyway, these are so cute. So cute. There's that back there. I love that bow on there, that twine bow. Those are so easy to make. You just wind it around, and then tie a knot in the middle with twine. Pretty sure that this is my favorite wall. I love this wall hanging. It's gorgeous. But this may come neck and neck. I don't know. And I do love the Happy Fall house. Y'all let me know in the comments what is your favorite. If you don't like one, let me know that too. Because to be honest, I'm not fond with that pumpkin patch thing back there. But it is what it is. And y'all check out my fall playlist. There might be something else in there that you like and that encourages you to DIY. But until next time, remember that you are a blessing. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.